just knowing that you have a very real chance to retire a Kansas City Chief at this point?
For me, that was the plan from the beginning. Since you guys drafted me, I never planned to play for another organization. Better yet, end the year with another organization after coming off of a Super Bowl win. Deep down, I felt like I was never leaving, and I'm super appreciative for the Hunt family and the Chiefs organization of making sure that I retire Chief.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Chris. You kind of just touched on this a little bit, but I'm sure you're aware of just the Chiefs' track record over the past few years. I mean, you've seen a lot of teammates leave in free agency. Just wondered, first of all, your initial thoughts going into free agency, if you thought in order to get a contract like this, it might have to come elsewhere. And Brad, I'll have a follow-up if you don't mind.
Deep down, I never had any plans to leave. I always figured that something can be done. It was a year process, of communicating with my team and the Chiefs and making sure that this thing get done, and a little patience on both ends. But I'm super appreciative that we finally came together and able to do something long term for the both of us.
And obviously the Chiefs, based on this contract, are very confident that you're still going to be just as productive into your, age 30, 31, 32 and beyond seasons. What gives you that same confidence that you'll be able to have the same sort of production at that age?
Every year I just chase greatness, I don't think they'll change, and no amount of money can change my love and passion for the game of football. No matter how successful I be, I'm always chasing greater heights. So I think the Chiefs understand and see my perspective of the game and how much I love the game of football.
Let's go next to Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Oops. Chris, congratulations. Just wanted to ask you what the impact of your meeting with Veach the day after the Lions game might have been on, setting this all back in motion a little bit. I know that was a long time ago and sort of early in the process, but did it help that you did that? And Brad, I'll have one follow-up.
I think it all played a part, missing training camp and, from the beginning of the season to the end, and then us being able to fulfill another ring with the Chiefs organization. I think that was the most important goal. And, for me, I think it was important for me to come back, and I wanted to leave a legacy in Kansas City. I think there's been the talks throughout the year, very silently, just understanding that I want to be here with this organization, and there's no other organization I would want to play for.
And I know you've said it was never your intent to leave, but would you say there was a moment of your greatest doubt about whether it would work out? Did you have a time during the holdout or any other time where you sort of thought, well, I just don't think it'll work out?
It's always those answers, the unknowns, and I understand the business aspect of it. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that. I'm very fortunate, that we was able to get it done, and we can both come to agreement on both ends through the midst of the journey that we had to take to get here.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Chris, congratulations. I was just wondering, you touched on this a little bit here, but realistically, could you ever see yourself playing for the Raiders or any other team besides the Chiefs? And Brad will have a second question as well.
I guess we'll never know.
All right. And what you got them, you ended up getting them both. You got the contract you wanted and you got to stay with the Chiefs. But if you had to rank those two in terms of your priorities, what was the bigger goal for you in all of this?
I don't say a bigger goal, because the main goal for me is always winning, putting myself in a position to win, and to do it with the team that drafted me. I think those are two biggest goals and successors you can hit within the process of free agency. Do it with a team you've been winning with, and they reward you for it.
Let's go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Chris, I think you kind of said that there's always doubts. Was there, what point was it for you that maybe was the toughest to get through, and was the moment that you really wondered whether this was ever going to get done?
I think throughout the season you have your doubts about it because it makes you appreciate the now, the journey of now so much more when you're able to hone in on those moments and the adversity that you guys build and face along the year, and the character that's beginning to show amongst the year of the young guys, and just the growing aspect of your teammates, man. I think that's the journey right there itself. So selfishly, I'll say probably the Super Bowl, knowing that a lot of these guys that I grinded with throughout the season, that I might not get the opportunity to play with them again.
So we got 4 more. We'll go right down the line, starting with Todd Lebo. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Chris, got a couple questions for you here. First off, this year, this off season, how much different will this be than it was last year for you? There was so much uncertainty last year.
Yeah, uncertainty. With playing on a 1-year deal, you know, this year is a little more security and longevity within that. I think that's a plus on both sides. You know, I think the organization know how much I love Kansas City. The fans know how much I love KC. I said it at the parade. Standing by that. You know, I had doubt at times, but I never for once thought I'll be leaving the Chiefs organization.
Maybe the fun side of this, I mean, you're getting a big chunk of money here. Is there anything you're going to buy? I mean, you've already made a lot of money. You've probably got most things you ever need in life. Is there something out there that's going to be a big deal for you with getting a big fat piece of money here soon?
Yeah, donated a lot. Helped the inner city kids, Girls and Boys Club. Make sure I give back twice as much.
Go next to Jesse Newell. Go ahead, Jesse.
Hey, Chris. I wanted to ask you about Clark Hunt. I know you tweeted about him with this. What was his involvement with this whole process?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's 3 guys. It's the reason why this deal got done. So Clark Hunt, Brett Veach, and the Cash brothers, man, and how we was able to work with the Hunt family so understandingly through the midst of the journey, you know, holding out and actually coming to a game. You know, there's so many ways that can be viewed, right, as an owner. And he was so patient, so understanding. And I think we both eagerly wanted this deal to get done. So in my eyes, Clark Hunt is an A+ in my book.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Chris. I guess I can't be sure that you're in a room in your place, but if you are, I wonder if you could tell us the significance of some of the stuff that you've kept, the cleats, the Kobe thing, and just the helmets that you have.
Oh yeah. This is my this is my office. You know, I think Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest inspirational individuals to walk this planet. Just his journey, his approach, and his mentality. You know, and that's a Kobe figure right there. I've always been a huge fan of Kobe. The cleats are some cleats I got for Father's Day from my kids and all. And the helmets is every helmet that I won a Super Bowl in. And the bottom one on the bottom right here is the helmet I lost the Super Bowl in.
Nope, looks like we have one more, Chris. Sorry. Steve Walls. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Chris, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned the Cash brothers. I wanted to ask you about them. Just talk about the trust you had in them to be able to help you to get this thing done.
Yeah, I think it goes a lot of communication. That's the biggest key. You guys talking, communicating throughout the process, and trusting that whatever you want the guys that work for you can get it done. And I think that was the biggest thing with me. I trusted in those guys to get it done, but we also communicated and talked about a lot, and you know, didn't take it personal in the business aspect. You know, especially last year, going on a 1-year deal, it could have been so personable. You know, and just understanding the nature of the business. You know, in order to get things done, sometimes it take a little more time. So
Chris, we appreciate you taking the time. Thanks for joining us.
I thank you guys so much. Y'all have a beautiful day.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.